I'm thrilled to share with you insights that can transform your intimate relationships, bringing you closer to your partner in ways that are both profound and exhilarating. The topic we're diving into is one that's often whispered about but rarely explored with the depth and honesty it deserves. We're talking about three powerful techniques that, when used with care, respect, and mutual desire, can ignite a spark so intense that your partner will find herself irresistibly drawn to you, craving your presence, your touch, and your connection. These aren't tricks or shortcuts, they're methods rooted in understanding the emotional and physical layers of intimacy, designed to deepen your bond and amplify desire. Let's explore these forbidden techniques that can make her crave you like never before. First, let's talk about the art of anticipation. Anticipation is the silent force that builds desire, the slow burn that turns a flicker of attraction into an all-consuming flame. It's about creating a sense of longing that lingers in her mind, making every moment leading up to your touch electric with possibility. Imagine this: you're with her, and instead of rushing into physical affection, you pause. You let your gaze linger on her, not with impatience, but with deliberate intensity. Your eyes trace her features, as if you're memorizing every curve, every detail, as if she's the only thing in the world worth seeing. You don't touch her right away. Instead, you let the air between you grow heavy with unspoken promises. Maybe you brush your fingers lightly against her arm, just enough to send a shiver through her, but you pull back, letting her feel the absence of your touch. This is the power of anticipation. It's about giving her just enough to stir her imagination, letting her mind fill in the blanks with what's to come. Anticipation isn't just about physical restraint. It's about emotional buildup too. Throughout the day, send her a message that's suggestive but not overt. Something like, "I can't stop thinking about how beautiful you looked this morning." It's subtle, but it plants a seed. When you're together, speak in a low, deliberate tone, letting your words carry weight. Tell her what you're going to do later, but don't give it all away. For example, you might whisper, "Tonight, I'm going to take my time with you," and then change the subject, leaving her to wonder. This creates a delicious tension that keeps her thinking about you, wanting you, long before anything physical happens. The key is to make her feel desired without overwhelming her. Let her come to you, drawn by the pull of what's unspoken. This technique works because it taps into the human psyche's love for what's just out of reach. It's not about withholding affection, it's about pacing it, building a rhythm that makes every moment more intense. But anticipation alone isn't enough. It's the foundation, but the next technique builds on it: the power of focused attention. This is about making her feel like she's the center of your universe, the sole focus of your desire. In a world full of distractions, phones, work, endless notifications, giving someone your undivided attention is a rare and powerful gift. When you're with her, put everything else aside. Turn off your phone, or better yet, leave it in another room. Look at her when she speaks, not just with a glance, but with a gaze that says she's the only thing that matters. Listen to her words, but also to the emotions behind them. If she's telling you about her day, don't just nod. Ask questions that show you're invested, like, "How did that make you feel?" Or "What was the best part of that moment for you?" This kind of attention makes her feel seen, valued, and understood, which are the cornerstones of deep emotional connection. Now, let's take this to the physical realm. Focused attention in intimacy means being fully present in every touch, every kiss. Don't rush through moments of closeness like they're a checklist. Instead, savor them. When you touch her, do it with intention. If you're holding her hand, notice the warmth of her skin, the way her fingers fit against yours. If you're kissing her, don't just kiss, explore her as if you're discovering her for the first time. Vary your pace, sometimes slow and lingering, sometimes urgent but always deliberate. Pay attention to her reactions, her breath, her movements, the way her body responds. If she leans into you, linger there. If she gasps, explore what caused it. This kind of attentiveness makes her feel cherished, and it signals that you're attuned to her desires. It's not about grand gestures. It's about the small, purposeful ones that show you're fully invested in her pleasure and her presence. This technique is forbidden in the sense that it's rare. Too many people rush through intimacy, distracted or disconnected, missing the chance to create something truly electric. The third technique is the art of vulnerability, which might sound surprising in this context, but it's the secret weapon that ties everything together. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's the courage to show your authentic self, to let her see the parts of you that you might usually hide. In intimacy, vulnerability means being open about your desires, your fears, and your feelings. It's about saying, "This is what I want with you," or "I feel so connected to you right now," without worrying about sounding too soft or too exposed. When you share your inner world, you invite her to do the same, creating a bond that goes beyond the physical. This emotional nakedness is what makes her crave you, not just your body, but your presence, your essence. In practice, vulnerability can look like this. After a moment of closeness, don't just roll over or move on. Stay with her, hold her gaze, and share something real. Maybe it's, "I've never felt this close to anyone before," or even, "I was nervous about tonight, but being with you feels so right." These moments of honesty are disarming. They show her that you trust her with your truth, which makes her feel safe to open up in return. And when it comes to physical intimacy, vulnerability means being unafraid to express what you want while also asking her what she desires. It's a conversation, not a performance. For example, you might say, "I love when you do this. Does it feel good for you too?" This opens the door for her to share, creating a feedback loop of trust and desire. The forbidden nature of this technique lies in how rare it is. Society often tells us to hide our true feelings, especially in romantic contexts. But breaking that barrier can create a connection so intense it's almost addictive. Now, let's weave these three techniques together because they're most powerful when used in harmony. Imagine a scenario: you're planning a night together. You start with anticipation, sending her a message during the day that's just suggestive enough to make her smile and wonder. Something like, "I'm counting the hours until I see you tonight." When you're together, you practice focused attention. You put away distractions, look into her eyes, and let your touch be slow and intentional, noticing every detail of her response. As the night unfolds, you bring in vulnerability, sharing a quiet moment where you tell her how much she means to you, or asking her what she's feeling in that moment. This combination creates a cycle. Anticipation builds desire, focused attention makes her feel cherished, and vulnerability deepens the emotional bond, making her want you not just in the moment, but long after. Why do these techniques work? Because they tap into the core of what makes intimacy so powerful: connection. Desire isn't just about physical attraction. It's about feeling seen, wanted, and understood. When you build anticipation, you're showing her that she's worth waiting for. When you give her your full attention, you're proving that she's your priority. When you're vulnerable, you're inviting her into your world, creating a bond that's hard to break. Together, these techniques create a dynamic where she doesn't just want you. She craves you because you're giving her something rare, a connection that's both passionate and profound. Of course, none of this works without mutual respect and consent. These techniques are powerful because they're built on trust, not manipulation. Always communicate openly with your partner, ensuring that you're both on the same page. Ask her what she enjoys, what makes her feel good, and be willing to listen. Intimacy is a dance, and it's most beautiful when both partners are moving together, fully engaged and fully present. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. These techniques aren't just about making her crave you. They're about creating a relationship where both of you are deeply fulfilled. Anticipation, focused attention, and vulnerability aren't just tools for desire. They're the building blocks of a connection that can last. Practice them with care, with intention, and with love, and you'll find that the spark you ignite isn't just momentary. It's the kind that keeps burning, drawing you both closer with every passing day. Thank you for listening, and here's to creating moments of intimacy that are unforgettable, electric, and deeply, deliciously human.